So I would say probably 7 out of 10 golfers that I meet have a problem in the backswing position. And the golfers that have a problem in the backswing position generally have the same issue, which is the head is moving. Now, actually, you can make golf pretty simple if you just sort of concentrate on some fundamental things, good basics in terms of posture. And in the backswing, you're only trying to achieve a couple of things, but one of the things that we desperately got to try and do is keep your head still. Now, keeping your head still, obviously, just for clarification, means that you don't want it to move particularly too much towards your lead side, but more common is that you don't want it to move too much towards your trail side. The problem is when you start moving too much off towards your trail side, is the chance of you getting good contact really diminishes. And the easiest way to think of this is that, well, if I sort of drew a line here through my sternum, the whole idea of me sort of rotating around my spine is that we don't want to kind of move too much this way, because then my sternum moves too much to the right, which basically means that contact becomes almost impossible. Plus, you kind of get your angles wrong. You start moving too much this way, you're going to have a tendency to move too much this way, and you're going to get stuck. So, keeping your head still is probably the most simple, most basic swing tip that most amateur golfers generally struggle with. And the question would be why? Well, I think there's two reasons. One, amateur golfers never do drills. They might do 1 or 2 repetitions and they'll go, oh, that feels different, and then that's it. So what you want to do is, first of all, is if you're going to practice this at home, is just make some swings, just trying to, in the mirror, keep your head nice and still, similar to what I'm demonstrating here, and just create a nice rotation, keeping your head still. Should feel different, especially if you're somebody who moves this way. It's this motion, not this type of motion, right? Really, really simple. So you would do enough reps, and then when you go down to the driving range, okay, well, possibly if you do some repetitions, you'll be able to, incorporate that same feeling, but that might not happen. Now, I think one of the simplest things that you can do, and I've done this with a lot of students, is to start using your phone when you practice. So if you place your phone down on the floor and you sort of tilt it up so that you can see yourself on the front-facing camera, then, okay, it takes a little bit of bravery to put the phone close enough so that you can see your head, but at least you can start making a couple of practice swings before every shot where you can see your own reflection and see if your head is staying in the right position. Because if you can keep your head still, your angles will be good. You won't have to think about dropping your left shoulder down and all this sort of stuff. You can just literally rotate around the spine, keeping your head nice and still, and your angles should be proportioned. They should be good. And then you can start to build your swing in and around that. So it's a real simple tip, but the thing in life, and the thing with golf in particular, is that quite often the simple things are the best ones, and that's why I'd strongly suggest that you just have a go at doing that tip. Use your phone, keep your head nice and still, and it will dramatically improve your ball striking. And like I say, it works really well with a lot of lessons that I work with, both on a face-to-face and online, and I'm sure it will help lots of you out, particularly if you're sick to death of that head moving and you don't realise it. Practice in the mirror, use your phone, and then you can kind of take the journey through from there. See you soon.